I've been on a long journey, a lot of places today. Me and Chong have been in the metro parks. And I thought we were going to be back at a reasonable hour, but that stream was like, God, I don't know. It was close to 2 hours. And he was pulling, chasing trucks. It was it was crazy. And then I lost my other pair of glasses somewhere. But thank God I have like 6 pairs, so I wasn't worried about it. But I think Chong is finally tired of the fun we had. We got a lot of good scenery though. I do got to say that. Today I'm just taking a break from knitting. I figured since I get people quicker, and I always got to put down the knitting needles. Plus, I don't know what happened. It got cut somewhere, so I got to start. So I'm probably going to start a yarn quilt because I do yarn quilting. I started doing that because of this whole COVID thing. Because things are expensive. I mean, they are really expensive. So it's just really hard to get material. And it's hard to get to places I need to get my material. So, okay, this is better. So, anyways, I just been down to, I like quilting, but I just kind of refreshed myself with knitting because it was easier to knit each individual piece to a quilt. I know this makes no sense, but I try to like start a different color, whatever. Like I did orange, so I'll probably get another color together. It keeps me it keeps me sane and doing creative stuff because I feel that creative stuff is good to do. I mean, that's why people sing, that's why they dance because it makes them feel good. So if you I'm very good at like arts and crafts and things like that. And I'm good with crystals too. I was gonna eventually, maybe if one day I was popular, try to maybe like, I don't know, sell some crystals and Chong t shirts one day. I think that would be fun. Because sometimes you have to think ahead in your life. But the universe was nice to me today. Maria, I called my friend Maria. I call her. She's the one that made the one painting that I have. And she's a really good artist, but she's really good spiritualist and she's really positive. She just does not have enough confidence in herself, I guess. And she does these little segments over on Facebook all the time. And it's Maria Harmony's teachings. And she's studying the light language and stuff like that. So, and she can see angel numbers and all these things. And we've been friends for a long time, and I told her that she just really needed to get out there because she got a gift, and she does all this wonderful stuff, makes all these wonderful things, and she does really good work. You are loud. That's your name? Okay. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, I probably speak louder because I'm half deaf. This is probably why. Stop. Oh, stop vaping is bad for you. I've been vaping for like 10 years. I used to make vape juice, so. Can you read my comment? Oh, well, people gotta do something. I like vaping. Okay, I don't see your comment. I just see cool things. Oh, well, I like the vaping. I made vape juice. And before all this legislation with where you couldn't buy your own nicotine and stuff, I bought nicotine. I had it sent to my house, and I made $200 a week selling making vape juice. I love it. But now I can't do it anymore because it's against federal law. Yeah, I don't think there is. Well, I don't know. You got me all confused talking about comments. There's so many things that come through here. I usually miss a couple, honestly. But yeah, I used to make such good strawberry cheesecake vape. And then I've tried everything. Around COVID, I was gonna import it from Africa because I found the stuff where they'd send it to me, but then they had the border shut off. And I could have bought it from there, but to get it brought into the United States would have been horrible. So I just worked a lot. Everybody in the world did not work, but I seemed to work. They put a white damn suit on me and that was it. And I looked like I don't know, fighting zombies for like a year. And I really hated it. I wore my pajamas to work. Soundgarden or Pearl Jam? I don't know. I like them both. I love rock. I like Avenged Centerfold. I like Marilyn Manson. Oh, I'm an STNA. I'm a nurse's assistant and I'm a medical assistant. I never got to actually have a vacation when all that crap went on. All they did is said you made more money and go to work. I was raking in the dough, but I did not want to work because it was so stressful. It was hot working in those suits every day. And then the mask. Oh my God, those N95s I had to wear. They were horrible. Horrible. This is why I don't want to be a nurse. COVID hit and I seen everything that they got to do. And I was like, deuces. This is what I did. And I was done. So I did what I'll keep my license and stay in STNA, but I'm thinking about being a patient tech or something, just maybe until I get my book out there. But that's about all that's happening with medical. These nurses go through hell, and then the family members come in and they blame me for everything. I didn't get their family member sick. I don't know why the medicine's not working. When your mother's 100 years old and coming in, just because you pay, I don't know, I guess I know it's 8,000 for rent in a nursing home. So I know they pay 8,000. So after the time you get done paying over 8,000, which probably goes to 15,000, we can't make the dead walk. And this is what people want. They want us to make the dead walk all the time, and it's not going to happen. I mean, there's only so much you can do. When it's your time, it's your time. The worst thing, I guess, that I thought through COVID was they wouldn't let the priest in for a while. And I did go to Catholic school and I did know a little bit of the death rites ceremony. And I was there. I had the white suit on and I just brought in holy water and I did death rites to people. They weren't allowed to see their family members when they were dying. Then finally, 6 months passed and family members were like right in front of the windows because they weren't allowed in the building either. So it was getting crazy. Then finally, they let in the priests. I was so happy to see a priest. I was like, "Do you know how many death rites I've done?" And he goes, "You know the death rites?" I was like, "I went to Catholic school." And that's what I told him. And he said, "Well," I said, "I don't know if I'm not a priest. So I don't know if I did it right. I seen what I did, because we used to study theology and everything, and I just did a little standard death rates, and I told him I don't know if it was up to his standards, but he said at least they got done. But people were dying without their death rites, and I don't think people realize when you're certain religions that you're not going to die peacefully without certain ceremonies. So, I mean, we had a lot of Catholic people that passed, so I ended up having to be a priest to like a lot of people for a while because I was the only one that knew it. And I was so mentally exhausted from taking care of everybody and doing death rites. Finally, when it got a little better, I was like, thank God. And the priests started coming in. They had to put white suits on and everything, but they finally was able to come in. And I was so happy. I handed them an N95 and said, "Be happy," and that was it. But since I just seen what these guys do and what they're responsible for, and everyone's always calling a lawyer. It's ridiculous. You could be in the room. There could be and a lot of times we're short staffed since COVID, and they literally will tell you that they're calling the lawyer when you're in the room trying to take care of their family member. It's crazy. This is why I rather do social media than do that, but I've done it for so long, I don't want to lose my license, so I've just took my days and I just cut them down because it's a lot dealing with sick people. I have other stuff I can do besides take care of sick people because I really do want to get this book out. But hello, oh, God, what is this? Garner. We'll just go with Garner. And NCSU. What are these names? Are you guys YouTubers or actual or people, or how does this happen over here? Because when I'm on Facebook, usually you're like check mark. If you have a check mark, my check mark always comes through in my thumbnail. And I don't know if these are thumbnails or I don't know how to differentiate. Some of them look like thumbnails. Invincible YouTuber. So you're a YouTuber. Is that how that works? I mean, I don't know. I mean, on Facebook, it's like so different. Because honestly, they don't even monitor the streams. It's if you offend somebody by something, then they just take it down and it's done with. So I don't and then I don't, and no one really has thumbnails over there. So I know I had to, when I did make my thumbnail for Chong the dog, it took an act of God. And everything else, but I did get a decent thumbnail, and I'm not sure if I can duplicate it again. I got a YouTube channel, but I don't post on it. Okay, so that thumbnail is from your YouTube channel then. Because I see different things that look like thumbnails, and then some people just have a letter. So it kind of confuses me sometimes. Because on Facebook, it's just like I don't know, they just swarm. And you get a ton of stickers. Usually I got kissy faces all the time. And most of the time they were Middle Eastern men. I don't know. Maybe I got a Middle Eastern look. I don't know. I get a lot of the I used to get a lot of those in my stream. But I was yesterday after I got bored off of this stream, I went in my friend live going stream. And he's on Facebook. And it was funny because he has a song and they're partying and they roll around joints everywhere. And he's just listens to rap music. You should try to change your in Google. I don't know how you would go on Google. I barely understand YouTube. No, I wish I spoke other languages. If I was bilingual, it would be really cool, but I had to study English for so many years to be just to be able to write a book and stuff, and different writing styles that I just never got enough time to dedicate to do it. And I wish I had a bilingual parent. That would have been cool. Because then I wouldn't have had to go to school, and then if I did take Spanish or whatever, I would be one up and got an A in that class. But no, both of my parents spoke English, and I was a book nerd. So, and then I went to Catholic school, and that didn't help. Because in Catholic school, they don't like to do things like that a lot. I don't know why. They're very strict. They used to tell me if you get pregnant to go in front of a bus and kill yourself. So this is the kind of atmosphere I came from, pretty much. It was crazy times. Very strict times and very crazy times. And I guess people that grew up like me I guess they just learned to do what you need to do and go about and do it, and you were afraid of your parents because my mother, when she was pissed off, that if she got through my middle name, because I have a confirmation name and a middle name too. So by the time she got through all my names, if I was not at the house with my bike, she was gonna whoop my ass. I'm not gonna lie. My parents spanked me. They stayed home. They personally drove me to school and back, and that's just the way it was. And maybe that's why I was a little sheltered with a lot of stuff. And I find it upset that this kid assaulted a mailman, and they're going to try to put him on federal charges here where I live, in the city I live in. It's terrible because he's, I think, 16. But I hope they don't. I mean, what does incarceration do? It doesn't really change the behavior. And I don't think they do enough in those prisons to really help anybody. I mean, you hear horror stories. Everybody is doing these things because they have no money, and then I guess they punish you for not having money. And it's terrible. And I just don't understand why the world has to be this way. And you're going to imprison or you're going to send a kid to juvie for doing something when, I mean, I don't know if he was on drugs or not. I would think he was to assault a mailman, but I don't know anymore. I just know that I don't think what they're doing is working. It's making the kids meaner, in my opinion. Oh, hello. So are you a YouTuber or a regular person? Because you got a J. A lot of things pop on the screen that I don't understand. They really do. So sometimes I just wonder, and you don't never know how many people are listening. I see up there where it says one, but I don't know if those are peak interventions or what those things are, because that's not on Facebook either. None of those are really, honestly. But when I went in live going stream, it was so funny because when I came over here, I didn't want to give up my Facebook status. So, oh, you're a YouTuber. So how come you got a J? I mean, would I get a M if I went in someone's stream? I mean, I never went in anybody's stream because I don't know anybody over here. I just go in my friend live goings over on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but on Facebook because he knows my check mark, which it's getting hell to keep the check mark these days because they want me to keep posting over there. So I post YouTube stuff over there. I think I've got some subscriptions that way too. Because I won't live stream over there no more because I barely got time. I can't be over here and there and Instagram where I have my live stream buttons. And sometimes they're funny with things because I like to cuss and I'm sometimes not nice. And I just can't be fake because I don't know, I'm just a nice asshole. That's just what I am. And I guess apparently it breaks a lot of community rules over there. That's because you don't have a profile picture. Oh, okay. I get it. I forgot where I got mine. I think it was Canva. I just like took all these pictures and then they have where you can do it actually has I think it is Canva. And it has where it has thumbnails for YouTube or you if you're posting to like your Instagram account cuz I sometimes put I have an Instagram too. It's Michelle Hangs 292 over there and then I have a Snapchat and that's just Chong the dog all together. And then I have Threads too, and I got TikTok too. I got Chong the dog over there. TikTok, I'm not. I was starting to do good, but I don't know what's happening with them. They got issues over there. I don't know who's buying them or what's going on, so I just plop a video that I made for Instagram and just kind of share it over there anymore. This is where I'm at with that. Because for some reason I'm popping out there and on Snapchat I didn't know that if you put your thing on the worldwide or whatever the I forgot the exact section, but I just seen it and there's like another side to Snapchat where you can actually make money, but these people just all of a sudden they just add me and then they'll tell me I have like 50 followers. I'm like, oh, I don't know how that happened, but every once in a while, me and Chong just go on a walk, and I just start my normal bitching of the day. Because on Snapchat, no one gives a fuck. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're doing on Snapchat. It really doesn't. It's like a private. It's so private. You could be blowing any kind of music or whatever on Snapchat. It really. I don't mind starting the day talking to everybody on Snapchat because you don't got to worry about what you have in the background or anything. It's kind of cool. But I haven't really had time to check out that other side. All I know is they have some weird things going on over there. I heard about this guy that went viral, and I guess he was dating someone that was like 60 or 70, and they ended up having a kid or whatever, and he got Snapchat famous or something. They're calling it Snapchat famous. And it looked really creepy. And I don't know how that happened, but I just try to stay away from that. I just send it over, and whatever happens, happens. But I did decide my one friend that actually can see happy things, and she actually studies the angel language, and she has all the stuff. She said she'll come and stream with me once a week, and I think you'll like her. On Facebook, everybody's a Christian and they hate her. I don't have Twitter. I was thinking about getting that, installing Twitter. I think that's the only one I don't have. I might think about. I'll probably get a Twitter. Maybe like when I go on Twitter, I mean, I gotta share all this stuff. I think I have my YouTube, and I think on the YouTube I have some of the other ones. I really don't advertise the TikTok that much. I don't see me doing well over there. I mean, unless you're half naked or doing something crazy, you don't really get far on TikTok, and or if you're doing like this dating thing, my mother-in-law is always over there. She's like a gospel singer type thing. And there's this guy yapping about God all the time. And he'll say some godly women, and then he'll have these guys lined up for them to have husbands. And these are the things that go on TikTok. So, and my mother-in-law did say that everybody from TikTok is coming over here because they're upset with TikTok. So I don't know. Be warned, there's going to be a lot of church people coming over. And I guess they already have a YouTube channel. And then she told me I'm going to have to stop cussing. I told her I like to cuss and I'm a nice asshole. And she said, I know, but they're going to change YouTube rules because TikTok's coming. I said, I don't think so. I told her I have 18 and older. So there's going to be a whole lot of raunchy people coming over. And I would like Don Pratt to come over personally because I love him. He is so funny. He has a Mexican wife and he's white. They're in this whole just this white neighborhood, and his neighbors just don't like his wife and kids, and he calls them Karens. And he has the get fucked Karen. Whole series. I love it. I love how he argues with his neighbors every day, and he is relentless. He sells these T-shirts that literally look like a girl's getting, fucked in the ass, and then they'll say Karen, and his neighbor's always hiding from his camera. And the one day they try to poison his dog. I mean, it's hilarious, and he's just so raunchy. I love him the best. But the raunchy Christians are gonna be swarming soon, so be warned. Instagram people, I don't. With all the people I deal with on Instagram, I don't think. I think some of them may be over here, but those TikToks, some of the TikTok creators, they scare me. One of them's my daughter-in-law, and I don't know. She's something else. I don't know. I don't think I could subscribe to her. I guess I'd have to subscribe to my mother in law, but I'm not subscribing to my daughter in law. I don't care. I don't care what my son says. I don't know if I can. She is sometimes the person I just cannot get along with. She has these horrible vibes all the time. She's so negative. And she thinks she's the best looking person on the planet. And I can't stand that. I mean, nobody's better than anybody. And we what I could find something really pretty and somebody else might not think it's pretty, and this is just the way the world runs. And my daughter-in-law thinks everybody thinks that she's gorgeous and all this stuff. She finally got a job, that's all I know. And she's very needy. Very needy. And I know Chong hates her. Chong was at the door, and Chong was he's nice to everyone. Even my husband had someone over, and I think one of his friends was on drugs, and Chong sniffed him and cornered him and was growling, but he didn't do anything. He just, brought him to corner. When he seen my daughter-in-law, went he went crazy. I had to put him in his cage. And he still was growling in his cage when she would come near the room. So there's something wrong with her. That's all I know. Because dogs don't act like that, especially a dog that usually likes everyone. If they don't like one person, there's something wrong with them. That's all I know. But getting to the other point, you're going to get flooded with a lot of crazy soon. They're already starting to start up YouTube accounts. It's crazy, and all the Christian people want the rules changed over here. It's a whole movement going on over there. When I'm dropping my TikTok videos, I see this and I'm like, oh wow. And she's all about TikTok. They call her the sassy diva. And she's like a minor celebrity over there. And she talks her shit. And I told everybody, I was like, well, why aren't they on? Do you read books? Of course. I wrote a book. I write books. I'm just waiting on my crazy ass son with his crazy ass wife to drop off my computer. I love books. I want to say my favorite book is The Habit. I love The Habit. I read The Habit when I was 11 years old, and it changed my life. I want to say J.R. Tolkien is like really good. I think he's awesome. Lord of the Rings, obviously, all of them. And it took him 10 years to write that, and he was an English professor at Harvard. That's why it's the hardest for writers because they have to pretty much get all their money up front and do everything on their own. But I mean, I'm hoping he gets it here. Hopefully, this weekend he gets away from his wife and I can get my stuff so I can start getting stuff going over there. Because Amazon has a spot for new writers. So I think I can share the link of places. I think that's how it goes. I don't know. I'll have to find out how the rules are over there. I deal with so many rules on a daily basis, it's insane. I have Facebook. They got mad at me because I shared too many people's posts. I didn't know there was a rule. I just seen it was a good post. I have 6 groups. I got a animal awareness group, so when they have this really cute picture of a German Shepherd or something, just share it to my animal awareness group or anything with animals, like the lightning bugs. I guess there's the lightning bugs are having a population problem. I shared over there, and then I guess I was sharing too much yesterday, so I'm restricted till 7 o'clock. I just try to be nice over there because I have a check mark. And apparently it's hard to get a check mark, from what I'm told. Because I've been over there for like, God, I think almost Chong's 2. So 2 years I've been over there. And I promote one live streamer. That's my friend Live Going. I made him administrator one of my groups over there. I don't even know if he has a YouTube channel, but I think you guys would like him. He's very funny. I guess he's the opposite of me. He's very like charming. And he is very nice too, but he's very charming and he has all these ladies in his stream all the time. But he always just plays a song is the problem. So I think that's the reason he don't come over here. That's his major thing. He sits around his friends and he goes on YouTube and plays a song for everybody. And I don't think that'd be allowed over here. And I told him in that stream. So when I went in yesterday, but he was watching. He always plays like all this like I don't know the rap music, but it's or like I don't know like what normal people like. I just was messing with him because I really like Mushroom Head. I like the opposite of what the world likes. So I just told him I like Fall in Line by Mushroom Head. I That's their new album and it is really good. That lady is such a good singer. She has an incredible voice. I always liked Mushroom Head and always thought they were good, but this has brought it to like a really another level. I mean, it is like they've cultivated their craft. So I had to play that, and and then he showed the video for it. Then he was like Michelle from Chong, like this. It was funny. He was like, yeah, he said he couldn't play the whole song. He said it bothered him. So you're, I don't think so. What are you, one of these feet people? I went to a club once when I got separated from my first husband, and this guy was gonna pay me $100 to take off my boots, and he wanted to lick my feet. I'm not gonna lie, I was drunk and I was high too, and I just was like. I didn't hear him right, and he handed me 100. I'm like, no. I was like, please keep your $100, and I had to go. But I hope you're not like him. I know that there are foot fetishes. I had to read about how to write a love scene. And I know it sounds crazy. I had to go through all these cowboy romance books to learn to write a love scene. And I tell you, the kinkiest people in the world are damn cowboy books. And I think they got to be cowboys because it was some of the raunchiest things I was a OFG. I can't write this. I actually decided I was just gonna write horror after that, and that's it. And I don't, I because I had to learn how to put together a love scene before I wrote my book. So I think I read about I don't know 50 of the small 150-page books of those little romance things because that's the easiest way to learn how to write a love scene. Because if you read that, you could learn how to like foreshadow a love scene because you cannot just have just say so and so had sex. People have to know why, what the lore is, and why they want to have sex with that certain person. There's a lot involved that people don't realize writing a love scene. It really is. But I got the basics and logistics of it, but wow. And I guess I did further, and then I decided to do further research. And they actually have sex clubs in Texas. It's crazy. You got to pay a lot of money to be in these clubs. They have like where the dom and the sub are. I guess that's a real thing. Oh, how are you? I'm good. I mean, I'm all right. I took me a mental health day from work. I called my friend and seeing if they were talking shit at work when she was there, but they didn't. Yeah, you can ask a question. That's why I said you guys would probably appreciate Maria better because she's all about this and that, and she focuses her whole life finding out about manifesting and studying all these different spiritual languages. I just go what comes natural to me. She'd be doing a lot. That's why I think when she comes here, I just told her I would have to, we just stream together because she's kind of nervous. I don't think she's ever done real streaming. She's made videos, she's just never streamed. And when she could have streamed on Facebook, she just didn't. So I told her I would be in the stream too. But I'll let you guys know what day it is or post it or whatever when she figures out what day she's coming out or whatever. Because she lives like an hour away from me. What does Martha. Okay, hang on. And this is Carla. Mm, okay, I got a heart from Carla, so I guess she's excited. So I think you'd like to hear like what would she say. I don't understand half of what she says. But what does Martha think of me, and should I move forward towards her? Are you guys together? Because that's a big move. Are you guys moving in together or like moving towards a relationship? Oh, hi, Marta. I'm good. Okay, now she wants to do the spiritual segment too. I guess you guys are in luck. You get a real priestess over here that knows her shit and knows every spiritual word and how to manifest anything you would like in the world. And she does spiritual paintings and all kinds of stuff and makes all kinds of things that I don't and has all this light energy that I don't think I could ever do. Well, let's see what Martha's doing here. Is it Martha? Did I read this wrong? Should okay here. Yes, I'm take talking about if I should hang on. Oh, okay, you just want to try on her. Well, then don't move in with her. I thought you were just moving in on her. Oh, the Carla just texted me again. She's very excited. She has a lot of exciting things to say about the light. I think you'll like her. All right. All right. Martha, right now. Oh my God, I said Martha. Is it Martha? Or Maisha? Did I get your girl's name wrong? Or Mia? Okay, Mia. I'm sorry. It's a little print. And I got reedy glasses over here. I did be to mispronounce your girl's name. She's in a new moon in Pisces right now, and the universe has her just thinking over her whole life, pretty much because of bad decisions. So that's what the path she's in right this second. And if she admits to bad decisions, she's going to a blue moon phase, which she would have to believe that good things could happen and things that she can think happen can, because she contradicts herself. And if she gets through all of that, that's all she has to do is admit one thing and have a little hope. She would be going to a new moon in Aries. They want her to go to a new moon in Aries phase where she takes action on her life and becomes a better person. But right now, she's stuck in new moon in Pisces. So maybe I would just kind of move slowly because she hasn't even moved off that path yet. And then maybe if you like her, stay in communication with her. And just maybe just see if you guys can be friends and get a deeper friendship, and whatever happens happens. I mean, isn't that what everybody does these days? That's what I would do. I don't think she's a bad person. I just feel she made a lot of bad decisions, and they just want her to think about what she's done and how she could have done it better. So, but I guess it would be up to you if she'd move on. I wouldn't move quickly if it was myself, I'll tell you that. I would be I wouldn't be distant, but I wouldn't be putting my heart all into it all at the same time. Because if you disengage and you show nothing, then when she gets out of that phase, she's going to not want to be with you. And you're never going to know if she was what she really was going to actually do or say when she figures everything out in her life. I feel it's going to be like maybe 4 months, at least 3 to 4 months before she kind of gets herself together. And you could be friends with her, and if you occasionally have sex, then you occasionally have sex. I mean, this is what people do in the world. So, I mean, that's what I would do. And maybe make it official and deepen it when you see some results. But don't do anything to see results, because that's what people do when they have problems. Because when it seems really, really good, and because generally the eye of the storm is always calm, but the storm's always around it. Sometimes love's like a hurricane. And you might just be in the eye of the hurricane. Oh, you're welcome. But don't stop talking to her though. Get whatever you can and let her come to you. Because I feel you're in the eye of a hurricane. And I've been there. And you don't want to be swallowed up and all that. So, and I wouldn't lie to you. I I tell the truth even if it gets me in trouble. This is the problem with me. All right. What does Sal feel about me at this moment? Okay. Will he have third party soon? All right. I don't know what you mean about this third party soon. I mean, I could show you the path he's on, but I don't know if I can tell you what he's feeling in this moment. But I can tell you his path. but it's like a personal question. You can't know what people feel and about you. You can pick up maybe what path they are, what intentions they may have towards you, but you can't pick up that kind of stuff. I mean, that's a lot. Well, do you want me to just let you know what path Sal's in? Because maybe, I mean, that's a lot of intrusion in somebody's psyche right there. I would hate for somebody to know what I was feeling right now. That would be crazy. But I'll give you a pathway reading about where he's going and what he's doing. You can do that. But I don't know, maybe the government knows what he's doing right now with all these drones they got going around. I hear about him on YouTube all the time. But anyway, Sal is in a full moon. And that just means he's in a state where he has to figure out his inner emotions and let it out, pretty much. All of the bad stuff, all of his stuff that's holding him back. I feel it's a lot of mistrust that kind of swirls into hate at times. And I feel that, and then this is the path he's on now. If he gets through that and actually makes amends with himself for what he's doing, he'll be going to a mutual moon, and that just gives you a clean slate. I like to call it the clean slate moon. So, where he could just start and have a new fresh start in his life without all these feelings and bad stuff there. But he's going towards the third quarter moon, and I mean that's bad and good. It pretty much means whatever he's doing, he's going to have to make arrangements, adjustments in his life. So there's something that, when he decides what he really wants, the adjustments are going to be made. So he don't, I mean, that could be a while. I do feel he loves you. I'm picking up love. And I pick up a lot of, I mean, right now I'm feeling that he feels like he failed you and he feels like he's no good for you. And he's just trying to, and he thinks the best thing to do maybe just to stay away. So I see love, but the way he's showing it is crazy. It really is. So I don't know what to say about that, and there's nothing you can do about the choices he makes and how he decides to do his path. That's what life's about. Everybody, you get to make choices on your own path in life. But maybe he'll come around. So I feel like he may, but you're just going to have to give him some time. That's a lot. I mean, I recently had to give a lot of my sorrow and hope to the moon on the eclipse. And it was a lot of sorrow from my mother's death and stuff, and a lot of unresolved feelings I had. And it took a lot. It took years for me to do it. But the deeper the love, the longer it takes for you to surrender those feelings. I do know that. So if he's staying away for a long time, that would mean that he probably loves you deeper, but he shows it by pushing people away. So maybe he'll come around. I mean, everyone has to break. You know, popcorn only stays a kernel for so long till somebody pops it. So that's what I would just be patient, wait, and maybe just try to occupy yourself doing something else. So that is all I can read from that. All right, what is it? Diamond Heart? No, that's a neat name. Hello, Diamond Heart. I think that's it. Maybe he's coming back again then. Maybe that's why he's staying away from you, Marta. I mean, I'm just picking up a lot of regret. But with regret comes love. So he does love you, but he has a horrible way of showing it. I guess bluntly, what people say. But you're a lovely person, and I could see why he has so much regret. So I'm sure he'll come back. I'm pretty sure. Just give him like at least a month. I feel it's gonna be maybe like around a month, and you're gonna see him again. It doesn't just because you have three paths. You can do the I just because I those three paths can literally take someone a week. It's just the steps they have to take to get to the end result. So, but he's coming back. At least he feels regret. With regret comes solutions and resolution. That's the good thing about regret. That's why we feel regret. That's why the universe gives us regret and pain because it makes you know what you need to do. Because if it hurts, you did something wrong. He does. I feel regret. I feel the regret of what he's done to you. My ex husband was like this. He would say he loved me, but then say all these awful things, and then he would make say nice things. And that's how some people can share things. I don't I don't know why men do this, but they do. It's just I got to the point in my life where I personally couldn't take it. And then when he did come around and apologize, I just literally did not want to deal with it no more, but it was my choice. I feel that you're going to have the same kind of choice I had. I was able to forgive him because I knew I had to, but I was never able to be his wife again. So we just separated. And he calls me a whore and a pig all the time, but I don't care. It's whatever. I mean, these are just things terrible people say terrible things. I mean, it is what it is. You got to accept the good with the bad sometimes, and I would put boundaries on it when he does come back. Tell him you're not going to put up with this crap. Say we are partners and that's it. You can't do this and that, and make him really apologize and mean it. And tell him that if he says it, he has to mean it. And leave it at that. Stand your ground. He does not like that I feel. All right. You think he overthinks? Well, everyone needs boundaries, Marta. everyone. When you're in a relationship, it's about boundaries. People just can't come and go. They can't. You either you're there or you're not there. And then when you come together again, you got to let them know, it's not cool to be gone for 2 months. What can we do to not have this happen again? I mean, what's going to happen when you guys are married? Is he just going to take a break? I mean, marriage and when I learned, oh, that's Chong saying hi. What I learned in college when I took a course about this stuff was when you're dating somebody, it's a interview for marriage. Yes, he is a very cute dog. I'm probably gonna release the live stream of him dragging me around the park. I think you might enjoy it. He had me out there for an hour and a half. But marriage is a partnership, and when you're getting in these kind of relationships and everything, I'll get to your question, Diamond. You need to think about the future. This could be your future wife or husband. And if they keep coming in and out, how is that going to be for a good marriage one day? Because either way, if it's legal or not legal, it's sort of like a marriage. So, and that's how you got to put your foot down. Be like, I love you, but I mean, if I forgave, I mean, the husband I have now, we separated 4 months, and when we got back together, I said, if this happens again, I'm not coming back. And has not even. We don't fight like that no more. I told him I forgave him and I love him and I want him back, but I can't go through that again. I let him know. I told him I might have to go into a mental institute for a little bit or whatever, or go see a doctor, psychiatrist or something so I don't get too depressed and I'm not doing this. And we don't argue. And it was real stupid, our argument. And he didn't see me for 4 months, but he was having his friends check up on me. So you just got to put your foot down in a nice way. Tell him how hurt you are. You tell him how it affected you personally, and you have to live your life and be happy. I mean, this is your life until you die, and then when you're born again, you will forget it. That's what happens. So, and you got to enjoy your time. So, I'm going to move this over a little bit so I can see this. He's enjoying his nap. But, I mean, as people, this is what we have to do. And I guarantee you'll have a better outcome if you handle it in that way. And tell them that you're doing this because you love them. And say, I love you, and this is why this is happening. And as you do that, you just let them know you're not being argumentative. You're just literally saying you got a life. Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I've been through the same thing. I really have. I've had 3 major relationships. I'm on my third major relationship, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes you got to feel it out till it has an ending. Because this is one of these things, if you don't see it out through till the end, you're going to regret it on your dying bed. I mean, if I didn't go back to my first husband the second time and see where it was going, I would have regretted it. And I would have had regrets. So I went and felt it out. It didn't work out. We were sort of friends. And we have children together too. So, but it didn't work out. And I seen it through to the end and moved on. And I was able to move on a lot easier to know I seen it through to the end, to know what ending it was going to be. And it felt better than to be left in limbo. So, and a lot of people don't do that, and this is why the heartache gets worse. And I would hate to see you being a worse heartache than you are. I was blowing up my husband's now, where I was blowing up Rob's phone all the time, and then I would say nasty shit to him all the time. And I just told him I'm not going through this again. But that's, I mean, you do that, you'll have a good result. Oh, you got a snout. There's a nose. Hello, Chog. Are you awake now? My dog is always around, no matter what I do. He actually opened the bathroom door when I was peeing. I had it closed and he opened it and then looked at me. Like, how dare you go to the bathroom? He is like the biggest stalker. He's the biggest stalker on this planet for me. If anybody want to know where I'm at, just ask Chong the dog. But you're welcome, and I hope it works out for you. The advice. Okay, you can ask your question, Diamond. I'm done with my friend Marta. But yeah, keep coming in the stream and keep me informed. I mean, you're gonna need someone to talk to. You're all depressed and stuff, so you Chog and lick the screen. I think Chog's trying to give you a kiss. He does like to lick my phone. Having Chong, I used to always have cats, and now that I have Chong, it's a different experience. Especially walking with him on live stream on down the park. It's a lot. Mr. Chong is in charge, believe me. These animals, they don't they don't stand a chance when he's coming. Especially if you're a rabbit. For some reason he does not like squirrels and rabbits. Maybe because they're small and they move, but he likes cats. He does like cats. Probably because my sister has cats, so and they got to be animals he knows. He likes small dogs too. It's weird. But he doesn't like some big ones. He does have a personality of his own, though. He's a good boy, and I love him. I really do. He's half the reason I came out of depression when my son decided to get stupid, and my other son, I got two. My younger son got involved with this girl, and she poisoned his mind, and I was so depressed, and I just told my husband we just needed to get a dog. And then Chong needed he was a rescue. Sometimes I volunteer at rescues and stuff. If people like, I know people that try to help out dogs and stuff, and they just offered me him for free and said he was an expensive dog. That's all I know. So I said okay. I went ahead, made him my service dog, and he has got me out of depression. So Marta, maybe you can even get a dog. And you can call your dog Cheech, and I'll have Chong. See, that would make you feel really good. He actually lifts my mood every day and makes me happy. Yes, you do, Chong. I love you. You're a good boy. You're my baby. You're my baby. And I love you. We're not going to the big park again, just so you know, Chong. It's not happening. We spent almost 2 hours down that park. That was a lot. I don't think I can handle being on the park any more than 2 hours. You're gonna have to go to the one park close to our house. At least he waits till I'm done streaming before he actually will goes for the second potty break. I thought I'd be nice, and I did not know I had my sweater on and stuff, and I took my sweater, put it in my book bag, and okay, there he goes. Not gonna leave. All right. Okay, you can some water now. But I'm. Are you still there, Diamond, or did you leave the stream? I'm thinking you left the stream. But if anybody else has the question, let me know. I'm ready. I know I see two people with peak interventions. I think that's what that is. Peak intervention. I try to learn these different things. But if any of you guys want a reading, let me know because I'm probably gonna be ending the stream. So if you guys wanna get a reading while I'm on, I'll wait a few minutes to see what's, if you want one or if you're just seeing or who I am and going away, which is okay too. But all right, I'm seeing 0 now. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. And I don't know, maybe like in a half hour, an hour, I'll try to come back over. So, because Chong wants to go to the potty. And I'm not trying to have Chong all looking at me because he wants to go pee. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit and thank you for listening. And I hope to see you again and have a great day.